My goodness, I wanted to talk about a few of the things that went on this week, and I just kept writing and writing and writing. A big week from virtually every barn had its high points. Very few had low points. Obviously, we had some when it comes to racing, but at the same time, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, what a great week for racing at the stable. I'm excited tonight. Today is Saturday. I'm excited tonight. Globetrotting is going to make her debut. Not tough class. My expectations are low, but at the same time, I can't wait to see her at the Meadowlands tonight. Unbeatable Kemp is now on his way, or should say at the Meadowlands now, with Ron Burke's stable, Gateway Farms. He will... Yes, buddy?
Isn't the Meadowlands a thoroughbred racetrack?
No. The Meadowlands is not a thoroughbred racetrack. It used to. Monmouth Park is, not the Meadowlands. Just really excited to see those two horses in New Jersey. Those were the only two we had sent to New Jersey for the first part of the Sire Stakes. I know I trained Garden State Dio here pretty fast yesterday. I trained, James is saying that Blue Bayou Dio can really fly, and I said, okay, you want to punch your ticket to New Jersey? Show me. You're going to have to show me because 2-3 in the mud at Mohawk just isn't enough for me to say, yeah, put her on the truck to go to New Jersey. So, and this is a filly also with a number of these other horses that are dual eligible, right? They're eligible in New Jersey and in Lexington, Kentucky. So, not too concerned about that. But for right now, Unbeatable Kemp. Ava, turn that down a little bit. Addie, can Ava turn that down just a little bit? Ava, turn that down. No, that's a no? Oh, now you dropped it. Can you pick it up for her, Ava, please? Ava, pick it up for her, please. Can I have a sip more right here, right now? So, just a great week. Great week all around with the horses racing. So impressed with... Mario's barn is on fire. Everything is racing good out of his barn. Harry had a great week again. The two horses that we transplanted out of the stable into Carmen Ociello's care did very well. Were We Welcome trotting the fastest mile of her life, 54 and 1, 28 and 2. And Brilliant Corners taking a lifetime mark of 151 and 4. Big news there. Jazzy Judy, a little flat. You got to talk about the ups and the downs. Little Jazzy Judy was a little flat. She obviously has punched her ticket to the final, which is a month from now, in Harrington, Delaware. 8-horse field going for 100, and she is in the mix for sure. Not a flattering mile the other day, but nevertheless, I'm sure Jimmy will figure out what took place. What else went on this week? My goodness. Yes is now racing in Tioga on Sunday. I think Irv was just looking for a softer spot with him, and hopefully he found it. And then Spent, unfortunately, made a break last night, leaving the gate in Indiana. Never seen him do that before, but different surface, a lot going on with this colt. So who knows? He's a baby. I guess that's the biggest way to look at it. And massive profits down there. He'll race next Friday also. So we got Irv talked about. Jazzy Judy we talked about with Jimmy. What else is going on? Johnny again had a pretty good run now. Northern Blizzard 56 the other day. He said, that's adequate. 56 and 1 for him in that tough class. Not a bad mile. I said to Johnny after, you should scope him just to make sure. He looked like he was loaded coming out of the turn and fizzled out. Maybe that's just him going more than he can go, or maybe there's something more there. They scoped him and found a lot of blood. So what kind of a mile was that for Northern Blizzard to bleed and still try 56 and 1, 29 seconds on the end of it? So he'll go on the Lasix program. That will keep him out of the first grassroots, unfortunately, as rules in Ontario say you need 14 clear days to join and enter the Lasix program. It's 11 days to Sarnia. We certainly weren't going to say, oh, don't worry about Lasix, we'll take him to Sarnia. That's silly. So we put the horse on Lasix. He'll miss the first stake race. Mischievous Rose has been training great, but her throat's still a little red, little trickle of blood at the bottom of it today after they trained hard yesterday. James figures she's a gold filly, but I can tell you right now, Grace, Mischievous Rose, Arches Rainbow, all can fly, but they're all different. Grace scoped good the other night, whereas Mischievous Rose did not today. So we're going to go a little easier with Rosie. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get another qualifier into her before we race her. I think we should shift, at the very least, shift from that gold mentality into a grassroots mentality. If we can't get that throat, if it's reactive because of allergies, you guys know what's coming. I'm not going to race her in July. You won't see her race, her or Arches Rainbow, till August. if they struggle with allergies. Now I say this because Arches Rainbow, it seems like every day coughs a little bit on the track. They scope her, there's nothing there, but you hear that little cough. So we're going to try and clean that up. But as I said, we're not going to put the horses in jeopardy for the sake of being ready for the first. They are ready to go, but they need to be healthy to actually be ready to go. So not a big deal. These are all things that, again, this is the transformation of the stable. You know, it would have been sodium iodide and a DMSO jug and try and clean her throat up and get her into race. We're not going to do that. We're not going to jeopardize that. I've seen where that path takes us. One, it's expensive. Two, it doesn't even work. You're just prolonging the time off that you're going to have to give them. So we're going to stay out in front of all of this, all of the allergies with these horses and say, okay, if their allergies persist, if you're continuing to see pimples and redness in their throat and mucus, which leads to blood, pump your brakes. We're going to take our time, especially when you're talking about horses that appear, from what I'm talking about, James McDonald is probably one of the hottest drivers in Canada right now, right? In the toughest circuit in Canada. And he drives enough good horses, and he's saying this is a gold filly, then I believe him. It's a gold filly. But when I look at her scope, and her scope says this is a sick filly, then you know what? It just means she's that good that she was able to fool one of the best drivers in Canada into thinking she was ready to win a gold when her throat was full of mucus. How good is Mischievous Rose? We're going to make sure we don't compromise that filly. Blue Bayou Dio, as I said, Johnny said she's ready to go. We'll see. I said, show me the money. Prove it to me that she is ready to go, and we'll go. But you have to be able to show me. Here, I got my phone plugged in, but it's not plugged into anything. There we go.